Have you ever wondered if the choices you're making right now could be holding you back from living your best life in old age? The reality is that the most crucial advice often comes when it's almost too late to make a change. But what if you had the chance to transform your final chapters with 7 powerful pieces of advice designed to bring purpose, dignity, and true fulfillment to your life? In this video, we're diving deep into the life-changing wisdom every person over 60 needs to hear. From protecting your mental and emotional health to safeguarding your independence and making sure you don't fall victim to common financial traps, these insights could mean the difference between living in peace or regret. You'll learn how to avoid the emotional pitfalls of trusting too easily and why letting go of the past is key to a brighter future. Stay with us until the very end, where we'll reveal a piece of advice that most people overlook, yet it could be the secret to experiencing more joy, freedom, and vitality in your later years. If you're ready to embrace your best possible life, this video is one you simply cannot afford to miss. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. Do not blindly trust everyone who comes close to you in old age. As we journey through life, there comes a time when we start to rely on the wisdom we've gained through our experiences. But with age comes a different set of challenges, one of the most profound being the vulnerability that often creeps in during our later years. And so, there is one critical piece of advice that becomes a lifeline. Do not blindly trust everyone who comes close to you in old age. This isn't merely a cautionary suggestion. It's a vital truth, one that could save you from unimaginable heartache and loss. Loneliness can be a fierce companion in your later years. It wraps itself around you like an unwelcome shadow, growing larger as time goes on. The yearning for connection, for someone who seems to care, can become all-consuming. You may find yourself more open and more eager for companionship than ever before. And while your desire for meaningful relationships is completely natural, this openness can also make you susceptible to those who are looking to take advantage of your vulnerabilities. Let's be honest, not everyone who enters your life during this season does so with pure intentions. Some people are drawn to your kindness, to your warmth, but not because they care about you. They come because they've sensed an opportunity, an opening where they can slip into your life, pretending to be what you need most. They know exactly how to exploit your emotions and weaknesses, and the heartbreaking reality is that not everyone who smiles at you or offers help is there to enrich your life. Some are there to take from it. Picture this: someone you once trusted, a person who always seemed to appear when you were at your lowest, offering a helping hand or a sympathetic ear. At first, you might feel grateful for their presence, convinced that they genuinely care about your well-being. But over time, you notice a pattern. They only show up during your times of struggle. And as soon as your situation begins to improve, they fade away, leaving you wondering why they vanished when things were getting better. Have you ever experienced this? This kind of behavior is far too common. And it's a painful realization that some people only stick around when they think there's something to gain from your misfortune. They may act like they are there to support you, but in reality, they are taking advantage of your emotional or financial vulnerability. They see you as a means to an end, whether it's for financial gain, manipulation, or simply feeding their need for control. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's hard to face, but some individuals thrive on making others feel indebted to them. They position themselves in your life in such a way that you begin to feel like you owe them something, whether it's your trust, your time, or even your resources. And before you realize it, you've opened the door to emotional manipulation, allowing someone else to dictate your happiness, your peace, and in some cases, even your financial security. But it doesn't stop there. The damage can run deeper. Emotional and financial abuse are real and devastating in older age, and they often come from those you least expect. People who once called themselves friends, or even family members. They prey on your loneliness, knowing that your heart longs for connection, for someone to fill the empty spaces left by years of lost relationships or distance from loved ones. They whisper comforting words, all the while pulling the strings to benefit themselves. So, what can you do to protect yourself? The first step is recognizing that not everyone who enters your life deserves your trust. This doesn't mean you need to close yourself off from the world or live in constant suspicion. It's not about building walls around your heart, but about creating healthy boundaries that allow you to discern who truly has your best interests at heart. Trust is a powerful gift, one that should be given sparingly, especially as you age. The wisdom you've gained through the years has taught you much about the world and people, but in your later years, your desire for connection can sometimes cloud your judgment. This is why discernment becomes essential. It's about being able to look beyond someone's words and actions to understand their deeper intentions. You must ask yourself, why is this person offering their help? What are they gaining from this relationship? And most importantly, how does this relationship make me feel about myself? It's okay to be cautious. It's necessary. As we grow older, our emotional and financial health becomes even more important. Allowing the wrong person into your life can lead to devastating consequences, robbing you not just of your resources, but also of your peace of mind. And that peace, the inner tranquility you've worked so hard to cultivate over the years, is something worth fiercely protecting. Imagine living out your golden years with a heart free from the burdens of others' manipulations, without the constant worry of being used or taken advantage of. You have the right to say no. You have the right to walk away from anyone or anything that threatens your emotional or financial well-being. There is nothing selfish about protecting yourself. It's one of the greatest acts of self-love you can offer yourself as you age. Your dignity, your peace, and your stability are non-negotiable. They are the foundations of a fulfilling life in your later years, and no one should have the power to shake them. Guard them closely, and be mindful of who you allow into your inner circle. Trust is valuable, yes, but it should only be given to those who have proven themselves worthy of it, to those who show through their actions, not just their words, that they are in your life for the right reasons. As you navigate this phase of life, remember that you deserve relationships built on mutual respect, honesty, and care. You deserve to be surrounded by people who value you for who you are, not for what they can take from you. Most of all, you deserve to live your later years free of the toxic influence of those who would manipulate your kindness for their gain. So take a moment and reflect. Who in your life truly supports you? Who makes you feel empowered, valued, and cared for? And who, on the other hand, leaves you feeling drained, used, or taken advantage of? These are the questions that will help guide you toward better, healthier relationships as you age. In the end, the goal is simple but profound. To live your later years with no regrets, surrounded by the love, trust, and peace that you've always deserved. And that starts by learning to trust wisely, to give your heart and your confidence only to those who will cherish it, not exploit it. You've earned that peace, and you have the power to protect it. 2. Do not cling to the past. The second piece of advice, although seemingly simple, carries an immense weight. Do not cling to the past. As the years go by, it's only natural to reflect on the life you've lived, the paths you've taken, the opportunities that slipped through your fingers, and the relationships that faded with time. These memories become like familiar companions, always lingering in the back of your mind. However, if you hold on too tightly to these fragments of yesterday, they become a heavy burden, one that weighs down your heart, your mind, and your spirit, making it impossible to fully enjoy the beauty of the present. Think about it. How often do we allow ourselves to be consumed by the past? We relive our triumphs and failures as if they define who we are now, as if those moments are the total of our lives. But here's the truth. The past does not have to be a prison. Yes, the choices we made and the experiences we lived through have shaped us, but they do not have to confine us. The past is like a chapter in a book. It is part of your story, but it's not the whole story. And as long as you are alive, the pen is still in your hands, and there are chapters left to write. Every memory, every mistake, every success, they were all stepping stones, lessons on your journey of growth. There were moments in time that served a purpose, but they don't have to dictate who you are today or who you will become tomorrow. What truly matters is what you do with the time you still have in front of you. The present moment, this very breath, is what holds the key to your happiness and fulfillment. And yet, if you're too focused on what has already happened, you risk missing the opportunities that are unfolding right now. It's all too easy to get stuck in a cycle of longing for the past, especially as you grow older. You might look back at the younger version of yourself, at the dreams you had, the plans that didn't pan out, and feel a sense of loss. Maybe there's a part of you that wishes you could go back and do things differently, or that certain people were still a part of your life. But the reality is that life doesn't move backward. It's constantly flowing forward, and the only thing we truly have any control over is how we respond to the present. Clinging to the past can be emotionally crippling. It keeps you tethered to moments that no longer exist, preventing you from moving forward and embracing the new possibilities that are waiting for you. It's like dragging a heavy anchor behind you, one that slows down your progress and keeps you from experiencing the lightness and freedom that life in your later years can offer. But the past only has power over you if you allow it to. It takes courage to let go of what once was, to acknowledge that some things, no matter how much you wish they could, cannot be changed. The missed opportunities, the lost loves, the mistakes made, none of these can be undone. But they don't have to be sources of regret. Instead, they can serve as valuable lessons, reminders of the strength and resilience that carried you through. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing the emotional hold these memories have on you, freeing yourself from their grip so that you can live more fully in the now. The present is where your power lies. It is where you can shape your reality, create new experiences, and build new connections. It is where you can discover new passions, explore new interests, and engage with life in ways you may never have imagined before. Don't let the shadows of yesterday obscure the brightness of today's opportunities. Life is still unfolding, and as long as you are here, there is still so much to experience and enjoy. Living in the past deprives you of the richness and fulfillment that can be found in the present. Every day is a new chance to live with purpose, to make meaningful choices, and to experience the joy of simply being alive. When you let go of the past, you open yourself up to new possibilities, fresh starts, and the freedom of living without the weight of regret. This is your time, a time to embrace the life that still lies ahead of you, free from the chains of what once was. Your later years can be a period of great freedom and joy, but only if you choose to release the hold the past has on you. Imagine waking up each day with a heart that feels light, unburdened by the regrets or disappointments of yesterday. Imagine looking forward to the future, not with fear or sadness, but with excitement and curiosity about what new adventures might come your way. That kind of freedom is only possible when you stop clinging to what can never be changed and start embracing what is still within your control, the present moment. There is so much life left to live, and the past does not have to define you. It's a part of your story, yes, but it doesn't have to be the whole story. The future is still unwritten, and it's yours to shape. Let go of what was, honor it for what it taught you, and then step boldly into what is yet to come. You deserve to live your later years free of the weight of the past, fully present in the here and now, with a heart wide open to all the beauty and joy that still awaits you. In the end, the only thing that truly matters is how you choose to live today. Don't let the past steal your future. The time is now. Embrace it, live it, and let yourself be free. 3. Do not neglect your mental and emotional health. The third piece of advice cannot be emphasized enough, especially for those who wish to live their later years with a sense of serenity, purpose, and fulfillment. Do not neglect your mental and emotional health. It's all too common to focus solely on physical well-being as we grow older, keeping up with medical appointments, routine exams, and taking prescribed medications. But while these are undeniably important, your mental and emotional health is just as critical, if not more so, Your emotional well-being is the foundation upon which your entire sense of happiness and peace rests. Without it, even the best physical health can feel hollow. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Aging brings with it profound changes, some of which can be deeply challenging. The loss of loved ones, the shift from a busy working life to the slower pace of retirement, and the need to adapt to new realities can all weigh heavily on your mind and heart. These changes may also lead to feelings of loneliness, purposelessness, or isolation, which are all too common in later life. It is crucial to recognize that these emotions are not something to push aside or dismiss. They deserve your full attention and care, because neglecting your mental health can lead to emotional suffering that robs you of joy and diminishes your quality of life. It's often easy to overlook the quiet sadness, the creeping anxiety, or the subtle signs of depression that may arise during this phase of life. But these emotional challenges are no different from physical ailments. They require care, attention, and sometimes professional support. Ignoring them only allows them to grow, turning what could be manageable feelings of sadness or stress into overwhelming emotional storms. Small problems left untreated can become enormous burdens, ones that drain your energy, sap your motivation, and leave you feeling like a shell of the person you once were. But here's the good news. Help is always available. Reaching out to a therapist or counselor, or participating in support groups designed for older adults can make an incredible difference in your emotional well-being. Talking to someone who understands, whether it's a professional or a trusted friend, can ease the weight you're carrying and provide you with new perspectives, insights, and tools to cope with life's inevitable transitions. Don't hesitate to lean on your support network. Friends, family, neighbors, or even online communities can offer an outlet for you to share your feelings, release your worries, and know that you are not alone. Emotional health is not a solitary endeavor. It thrives when you maintain meaningful connections with others. Isolation, on the other hand, is a breeding ground for negative emotions. It's important to stay socially engaged in ways that fulfill your spirit, whether it's joining a book club, volunteering, or simply having regular coffee dates with friends. These interactions nurture your mental and emotional resilience. They remind you that life, in all its stages, is full of opportunities for connection, growth, and joy. Beyond emotional support, keeping your mind active is equally essential. The brain is like any other muscle in the body. It needs regular stimulation and exercise to stay sharp. Cultivating your mind through reading, puzzles, learning new skills, or diving into a creative hobby not only helps preserve cognitive function, but also brings a deep sense of fulfillment. The joy of discovery never fades with age. In fact, exploring new interests or reigniting old passions can breathe fresh energy into your life, giving you something to look forward to each day. Think of mental stimulation as nourishment for your soul. Just as you wouldn't neglect your physical diet, you shouldn't neglect the intellectual and emotional nourishment that keeps you vibrant. Whether it's learning a new language, picking up an instrument, or exploring a subject you've always been curious about, these activities help you stay mentally engaged, and mental engagement is one of the best defenses against feelings of stagnation or depression. You are never too old to learn, to grow, or to surprise yourself with what you're capable of achieving. Mental and emotional health are not luxuries. They are essential components of a life well lived, especially as you age. There's a tendency to believe that emotional struggles are simply a part of getting older, but this is a dangerous myth. You do not have to accept sadness, anxiety, or loneliness as the inevitable companions of aging. Instead, you can make choices that support your emotional and mental well-being. Choices that empower you to face the challenges of growing older with grace, resilience, and a positive outlook. Self-compassion is key. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you feel down, when anxiety creeps in, or when you feel overwhelmed by the changes life has brought. But treating your mind and heart with the care and respect they deserve is not a sign of weakness. It's a profound act of self-love. Just as you would tend to an injury or illness in your body, tend to your emotional wounds with gentleness, patience, and understanding. Know that it's okay to feel whatever you are feeling, and it's okay to ask for help when you need it. At the end of the day, the quality of your life depends largely on the quality of your thoughts and emotions. When your mind is at peace, when your heart feels cared for, everything else falls into place. You face the world with more courage, more optimism, and more strength to enjoy the moments that matter most. Neglecting your emotional and mental health, on the other hand, can strip you of these joys, leaving you feeling disconnected from yourself and the world around you. So commit yourself. As much as you prioritize your physical health, prioritize your mental and emotional health too. Carve out time for activities that nurture your mind and soul. Don't hesitate to seek support when you need it. Surround yourself with people who lift you, challenge you to grow, and remind you of the beauty and richness of life. By caring for your mental and emotional health, you are setting yourself up to face the challenges of aging with confidence, resilience, and inner peace. In doing so, you will discover that life, even in its later stages, can be incredibly fulfilling and filled with purpose. You will wake up each day not weighed down by the burdens of unspoken emotions or unresolved stress, but with a heart that feels lighter and a mind that feels engaged. This is the gift you give yourself when you commit to caring for your mental and emotional well-being. A life lived fully with joy, contentment, and peace. 4. Do not allow others to make choices for you. The fourth piece of advice strikes at the core of maintaining your dignity, independence, and self-respect. Do not allow others to make choices for you. As you age, it becomes increasingly common for those around you, whether family, friends, or even society as a whole, to try and impose their opinions or ideas about what they believe is best for you. This can manifest in decisions about where you should live, how you should spend your time, and how you should manage your finances. While some of these suggestions may come from a place of genuine care or concern, it is essential to recognize that no one knows your needs, desires, or dreams as deeply as you do. There's a tendency for others to assume that simply because you've reached a certain age, your autonomy is somehow less important, or that you need to be guided in ways that suit their perceptions of your life. The truth, however, is that your experience, wisdom, and self-knowledge are far more valuable than anyone else's assumptions about your life. You've spent decades learning what fulfills you, what makes you happy, and what gives your life meaning. Allowing others to make decisions for you, even with the best of intentions, can strip away that sense of control, leaving you feeling diminished and, at times, powerless. In health matters, there may indeed be times when you need to rely on the input of medical professionals or trusted loved ones to make important decisions. But even then, you must remain involved in those choices. Your voice should never be silenced in decisions that affect your health, your body, or your life's path. The loss of autonomy in any area of life can lead to feelings of helplessness, and over time, this can negatively affect your self-esteem and overall well-being. Think about this. Your later years are a time that is uniquely yours. You've earned the right to live them in a way that brings you joy, peace, and fulfillment. Whether that means choosing to remain in the home you love, exploring a new hobby that lights up your spirit, or deciding how you wish to spend the savings you worked hard to accumulate, these choices are yours to make. The danger lies in allowing others to steer you away from your convictions, often under the guise of knowing what's best for you. It's easy to get swept up in the opinions of others, especially when they're coming from those you love. But you must remember that you are still the architect of your life. The fear of displeasing others is a powerful force, one that can sometimes cause you to bend to others' wishes, even when they don't align with your own. However, there comes a point when prioritizing your own needs is not only necessary, but also a profound act of self-respect. Saying no is an act of empowerment, one that allows you to preserve your autonomy and make decisions that honor your desires. Setting boundaries with those who may try to push their agendas onto you is essential. These boundaries communicate that while you appreciate their concern, you are still the ultimate decision-maker in your life. Your autonomy is not negotiable, and protecting it becomes even more vital as you age. You've spent a lifetime cultivating your beliefs, values, and preferences. These don't disappear simply because the years have passed. Your age is a testament to the wisdom you've accumulated, and that wisdom should guide your choices moving forward. You have the right to live your later years on your terms, without feeling burdened by the expectations or desires of others. Imagine this stage of life as an opportunity for freedom. You've earned the ability to shape your days in whatever way feels most meaningful to you. Want to travel? Want to spend your savings on experiences that make you feel alive? Want to continue living in your own home, surrounded by the memories you built over a lifetime? These are your decisions. No one else gets to define what happiness looks like for you. Of course, this doesn't mean isolating yourself from the people who care about you. Their opinions can be valuable, and in some cases, they may help you see things from a perspective you hadn't considered. But the final choice must always rest with you. It's essential to listen to your own heart and mind, trusting in the wisdom you've gained over the years. Your voice matters. Maintaining autonomy is deeply tied to maintaining dignity. When you allow others to make choices for you without your consent, it can erode your sense of self-worth. You may begin to feel like your opinions no longer matter, or that your desires are being overshadowed by the expectations of others. This can lead to resentment, frustration, and a loss of the joy that should define your later years. Your life is yours, and no one else has the right to dictate how you live it. Setting boundaries is not about rejecting the love or support of others. It's about ensuring that your choices are honored and that you remain in control of your destiny. Communicating assertively about your needs and desires is an important skill in preserving your autonomy. It can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to prioritizing others' feelings. But remember that self-respect demands that you speak up for yourself. By doing this, you are not only protecting your dignity, but also sending a clear message to those around you. Despite your age, you are still the primary person responsible for your own life. You are still capable, still wise, and still in control. Living with this sense of autonomy allows you to move through life with confidence and satisfaction, knowing that you are making decisions that align with your values, your dreams, and your sense of purpose. At the heart of this advice is a simple truth. Respecting yourself and your choices is an act of self-love. When you honor your own needs, you cultivate a life that is rich with meaning and personal fulfillment. Others will come to respect you even more when they see that you value your own opinions, that you know what is best for yourself, and that you will not allow external pressures to dictate your life's path. Living with autonomy is the key to aging gracefully and with satisfaction. It ensures that your later years are not spent in the shadow of someone else's vision for your life, but are instead filled with the beauty, joy, and meaning that comes from making your own choices. This is your time, and you have every right to live it fully, boldly, and in complete alignment with your desires. Embrace your autonomy and let it guide you toward a life of fulfillment and peace. 5. Do not underestimate the importance of financial planning. The fifth piece of advice holds immense significance for anyone hoping to live their later years with peace of mind, independence, and security. Do not underestimate the importance of financial planning. As we age, financial stability becomes one of the most critical factors in maintaining not only your material comfort, but also your autonomy and self-reliance. Proper financial management ensures that you can navigate the challenges of aging without feeling vulnerable or dependent on others. Financial independence is key to preserving your dignity and making sure you can live your life on your terms. The truth is that financial matters become more complicated as we grow older. For many, income decreases, whether due to retirement or a reduction in earning capacity, while at the same time, expenses can increase. Medical bills, healthcare costs, and other unforeseen financial burdens can quickly add up, placing a strain on your resources. Without a solid financial plan, you may find yourself struggling to make ends meet, or worse, facing financial insecurity in the years when you should be enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is why a well-structured financial plan is not just important, it's essential. Financial planning begins with careful management of your resources. This means being diligent about how you handle your savings, reviewing your investments, and ensuring that you have an adequate emergency fund to cover any unexpected expenses that may arise. It's about being proactive rather than reactive when it comes to your financial well-being. By taking steps now to secure your financial future, You are safeguarding yourself against the uncertainties that can arise in later life. Unfortunately, many people reach old age without a solid financial foundation. Perhaps they never had the opportunity to save as much as they would have liked, or they didn't anticipate how costly certain aspects of aging could be. In these cases, they may find themselves relying on family members or others for financial support, which can feel disempowering and uncomfortable. Financial dependence can strip away your sense of autonomy, forcing you to make compromises or decisions that are not aligned with how you want to live. Moreover, as we grow older, we become more vulnerable to financial fraud or abuse. Scams and financial exploitation are all too common, and older adults are often the primary targets. You may be pressured to make quick financial decisions without fully understanding the consequences, or be manipulated by individuals who seek to take advantage of your trust. This is why it's crucial to never make financial choices hastily or under pressure. If you ever feel uncertain about a financial decision, seek advice from a trusted financial advisor or family member. Don't be afraid to ask for help when it comes to managing your resources effectively. Your financial future is too important to leave to chance. Consulting a trusted financial advisor can be a game changer. They can help you develop a strategy that ensures your resources are managed in a way that aligns with your long-term goals. They can assist in reviewing your investments, establishing a solid retirement plan, and creating a financial cushion for unexpected events. Their expertise can provide you with peace of mind, knowing that you're making informed choices about your financial well-being. Another critical aspect of financial planning is organizing what will happen to your assets in the future. This might seem like a difficult or even uncomfortable task, but it's a vital part of ensuring that your wishes are respected and that your loved ones are spared unnecessary legal and financial complications. Making a will, planning your estate, and getting your legal affairs in order are not just acts of practicality. They are acts of love. By doing so, you provide clarity for your family, and you have the peace of mind that your legacy will be handled according to your wishes. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In many ways, financial planning is not just about money. It's about ensuring that you maintain the freedom to live your life the way you want, without being restricted by financial worries. With a clear financial strategy in place, you can focus on what truly matters in your later years: your health, your relationships, and your emotional and physical well-being. The weight of financial uncertainty can be a heavy burden, one that limits your ability to enjoy life's moments to the fullest. But by taking control of your finances, you free yourself from that weight, allowing yourself to live with greater ease and joy. Think of financial planning as an investment in your future peace. It's about giving yourself the security to know that you're prepared for whatever life throws your way, and that you won't be caught off guard by unexpected expenses or financial challenges. This planning allows you to live each day with confidence, knowing that your financial foundation is solid and secure. The freedom that comes from financial stability cannot be understated. It allows you to make choices based on what you want, rather than what you can afford. This is your time, a time when you should be able to focus on the things that bring you the most joy and fulfillment. Whether it's traveling, spending time with loved ones, or pursuing hobbies and interests, your financial well-being will play a significant role in determining how freely you can live in these later years. Don't leave this to chance. Take control of your financial future now, so that you can live with the freedom, independence, and serenity you've worked so hard to achieve. In the end, financial planning is about protecting your future self. It's about making sure that as you age, you continue to have the resources and the freedom to make decisions that are best for you. It's about ensuring that your later years are spent not in worry, but in peace. So take the time to plan, consult with professionals, organize your finances, and make decisions that align with your values and long-term goals. By doing so, you are giving yourself the greatest gift of all: the ability to enjoy your life without the constant fear of financial uncertainty. You deserve to live each moment fully, without the weight of financial stress, and with the confidence that comes from knowing your future is secure. 6. Do not isolate yourself from the world. The sixth piece of advice can profoundly impact your overall well-being and quality of life in your later years. Do not isolate yourself from the world. As we grow older, it's natural for some relationships to fade or become more distant, whether due to changes in life circumstances, the passing of friends and loved ones, or the tendency to withdraw as we become more set in our routines. But it's crucial to recognize that social isolation can have devastating consequences, not just on your mental and emotional health, but on your physical well-being too. Staying connected with others isn't just a luxury. It's vital for a balanced, fulfilling life. As the years pass, it's easy to feel as though the world around you is shrinking. Friends and family may live far away. Social gatherings may happen less frequently, and it may seem simpler to retreat into your own space. However, isolation is a slippery slope. What begins as a small habit of spending time alone can gradually turn into deep loneliness, which is not just emotionally painful but also detrimental to your health. Loneliness has been linked to depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. When you isolate yourself, you lose the opportunity for meaningful social interactions that keep your mind engaged, your emotions supported, and your spirit lifted. Human beings are inherently social creatures. We thrive on connection, on the bonds we share with others. Social interactions are much more than just casual conversations. They provide a sense of companionship, mental stimulation, emotional support, and a deep sense of belonging. Without these interactions, we risk falling into a cycle of loneliness and isolation that can be difficult to escape. The lack of social connection can sap your energy, lead to feelings of hopelessness, and leave you feeling disconnected from the world around you. That's why it's crucial to actively seek out opportunities to stay engaged with the world. Don't wait for others to come to you. Take the initiative to find ways to remain socially involved. There are countless ways to stay connected and continue fostering meaningful relationships. Consider joining community activities, clubs, or groups that align with your interests. Whether you're passionate about gardening, books, art, or fitness, there's likely a group that shares your enthusiasm. These gatherings not only offer companionship, but also give your day purpose, filling your life with new experiences and connections that can reignite your zest for life. Volunteering is another excellent way to stay socially active while giving back to your community. Whether it's mentoring young people, helping out at a local charity, or offering your skills to a cause you care about, volunteering brings a deep sense of fulfillment. It allows you to share your wisdom and talents while creating lasting bonds with others who value your contributions. These relationships can provide the emotional backing you need, offering the joy and satisfaction that comes from making a positive impact on the world around you. Don't underestimate the value of cultivating new friendships or rekindling old connections. Just because you're older doesn't mean you can't create new, meaningful relationships. Each interaction holds the potential to add something enriching to your life. Take the time to reconnect with old friends you may have lost touch with. Reach out to neighbors or acquaintances with whom you share common interests. Friendships, no matter how old or new, can provide immense emotional and mental support, helping you navigate the challenges that aging brings. In modern times, technology can be an invaluable tool for avoiding isolation. While it may feel intimidating to learn new technologies, platforms like social networks, video calls, and messaging apps make it easier than ever to stay connected with loved ones, no matter how far away they may be. Embrace these tools as a way to maintain and deepen your relationships. You don't have to be physically close to someone to share in their lives and stay updated on the important moments. Whether it's regular video chats with family or staying active on social media with friends, technology can bridge the gap and help combat the sense of isolation that sometimes comes with aging. Living a socially connected life doesn't mean you need to be surrounded by people constantly. It's not about filling every moment with social interaction, but rather about cultivating meaningful bonds that provide joy, support, and purpose to your life. These connections can be as simple as regular phone calls with a friend, a weekly coffee meetup, or participating in a shared activity. It's the quality of the relationships, not the quantity, that truly matters. You don't need a large circle of friends, but you do need relationships that uplift you, challenge you, and provide comfort when needed. The key to aging gracefully and with vitality lies in maintaining strong social bonds. Don't fall into the trap of believing that, because you're older, the world no longer has a place for you. You still have so much to give, so many stories to share, and so much wisdom to impart. And the world still has much to offer you. New experiences, new people, and new connections await, but you have to be open to embracing them. Staying socially connected also has immense physical health benefits. Studies show that older adults who remain socially active tend to have better physical health outcomes, including lower rates of heart disease, better cognitive functioning, and even longer life expectancy. Engaging with others stimulates your mind, reduces stress, and can even motivate you to stay physically active, which in turn boosts your overall well-being. It's important to remember that social isolation doesn't just affect your mind. It affects your body too. Feelings of loneliness can lead to a range of health problems, from increased blood pressure to a weakened immune system. By staying connected with others, you are not only preserving your emotional health, but also protecting your physical well-being. So, take the time to build and nurture connections, whether through in-person interactions or using the technology at your disposal. The relationships you cultivate now will play a significant role in your happiness and sense of fulfillment in the years to come. You deserve to live a life that is rich in relationships, experiences, and joy. The world is still full of opportunities for connection, and you still have so much to share with it. In the end, the secret to living a happy and fulfilling life in old age lies in embracing the relationships that bring meaning, joy, and purpose. Do not isolate yourself. There are people, both new and familiar, who can enrich your life and remind you that no matter your age, you are still a vibrant, valuable part of the world. Let the connections you make now be the key to a happier, healthier, and more complete life in the years to come. You have so much to offer, and the world still has so much to offer you. 7. Do not masturbate every day. The seventh piece of advice may seem surprising or even uncomfortable for some to consider, but it is essential to approach it with seriousness and reflection. Do not masturbate every day. Masturbation, in moderation, is a natural and normal part of human sexuality. When practiced in a balanced way, it can provide benefits like tension release, relaxation, and even increase emotional well-being. However, as with any habit, when done excessively, it can start to have negative effects on your physical, emotional, and mental health. Particularly as we grow older, our bodies undergo significant changes, both physically and hormonally, that can impact sexual desire, energy levels, and overall behavior. While occasional masturbation can be a healthy part of life, daily or compulsive masturbation can lead to issues that interfere with your quality of life. It may start as a simple means of relief, but when it becomes a habit that you engage in every day, it can spiral into a cycle of compulsion. This cycle can be damaging to other important areas of your life, such as your sleep patterns, overall energy, focus, and even your relationships. Excessive masturbation can sometimes reduce sexual sensitivity, making it harder to enjoy other forms of intimacy. For many, this can lead to frustration or disappointment in romantic or sexual relationships, as the act becomes less about enjoyment and more about routine or compulsion. There's a delicate balance between satisfying your natural desires and allowing those desires to control your behavior. The key is to ensure that you are the one in control, not your urges. In addition to the physical impacts, it's important to take a deeper look at the emotional and psychological aspects of daily masturbation. For some people, masturbating frequently may be a sign that they are using the activity as a coping mechanism to deal with stress, anxiety, loneliness, or boredom. While it may provide temporary relief, it's not a sustainable or healthy way to manage deeper emotional needs. Over-reliance on masturbation to fill an emotional void can lead to feelings of isolation, low self-esteem, and a diminished sense of fulfillment in other areas of life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's important to ask yourself, why are you turning to this activity so frequently? Are there underlying emotions or stressors that you are trying to avoid or numb? If so, it might be time to explore healthier ways to manage these emotions. Instead of relying on masturbation as a daily outlet, consider integrating other activities that nourish both your mind and body. Meditation, physical exercise, hobbies, or social engagement can provide meaningful alternatives that help you feel more connected, fulfilled, and balanced. For many, meditation and mindfulness practices offer a powerful way to center yourself and manage emotions more sustainably. By focusing on being present in the moment, you can learn to recognize emotional triggers and respond to them with greater awareness, rather than seeking immediate physical relief. Physical exercise, whether it's walking, yoga, or even strength training, can also be an excellent outlet for pent-up energy or stress, while at the same time promoting physical health and emotional balance. Hobbies and social activities provide another important avenue for fulfillment. Engaging with others or pursuing activities that bring joy and personal satisfaction can naturally reduce the desire to turn to masturbation as a form of distraction or relief. Fostering relationships, whether with family, friends, or within a community, helps to nurture emotional connections that can alleviate feelings of loneliness or stress. Moderation is the cornerstone of a balanced life. This applies not only to masturbation, but to all areas of life. It's important to recognize that moderation doesn't mean you have to deny yourself pleasure or ignore your desires. It simply means finding a healthy rhythm that respects your body's limits and your emotional well-being. Sexuality, like any other aspect of life, thrives when it is in balance with your other needs and priorities. By moderating the frequency of masturbation, you give yourself the space to explore other sources of pleasure, satisfaction, and emotional nourishment. When you consciously choose to engage in activities that promote a deeper sense of fulfillment, whether through learning something new, fostering relationships, or taking care of your physical health, you create a life that feels richer and more balanced. Remember that just as your body requires rest and variation to stay healthy, the same applies to your sexuality. Overindulgence in any one activity can lead to burnout, a lack of satisfaction, and even physical or emotional exhaustion. Taking a step back and giving yourself time to reconnect with other areas of your life allows you to return to your desires with a greater sense of appreciation and joy. At the core of this advice is the principle of self-respect and self-awareness. Your body and mind are intertwined, and the way you care for one affects the other. By taking a more mindful approach to how often you engage in sexual activity, you honor your body's needs and make room for emotional and physical balance. The goal is not to deprive yourself, but to ensure that your choices are in harmony with your overall well-being. In the end, the advice to avoid daily masturbation is about living fully and with intention. It's about ensuring that your habits and routines contribute to a healthier, more satisfying life. Respecting your body's rhythms, understanding your emotional motivations, and seeking balance in all areas of your life will ultimately lead to greater fulfillment. By moderating this aspect of your life, you empower yourself to live with more energy, clarity, and joy, allowing you to focus on what truly matters in your later years: health, happiness, and meaningful connection. As we come to the end of these important life lessons, we hope you found something valuable to reflect on and apply to your journey. What have you learned so far? Is there one particular piece of advice that resonated with you deeply? We would love to hear your thoughts. So please take a moment to comment below on one thing you've learned today and how you plan to bring it into practice in your life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a comment and make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in our next video.